Hi guys, Rick Baxter here. I'm going to do a quick video where we show the relationship between service management and service orders with Planner 1 as your dispatch board and show you how the two interact. So I'll just do a quick new service order so you can kind of see follow the process. I've only got a few in my list here, but we'll just add a new one. So I'm going to say new service order. Now this is a service order, not a sales order. So I'm going to press enter, sign the next number. So we've got service order number 13. Description is repair computer hard drive. Something like that. Okay, the customer is going to be Canon Group. So we'll pick the Canon Group. Checks the credit. We know that. We also get a quick note display here. A pop-up note says Canon Group likes to have all boxes to have the shipping labels attached to the side of the boxes, not the top. So little messages can pop up on screen. This is part of the pop-up notes add-on for NAV software. So I've got the header started. Now I need to put in the lines as far as what we're servicing. Now for this customer, I've already got set up several service items. So these are the items that are already predefined to go with this customer 10,000. Some of them have warranties, some of them have serial numbers. You can see all the different items here that are covered for this customer. I'm just going to pick the first one. So here is the computer, so we'll just OK that. And it's going to bring in the lines, and that's about all I need to do. I actually could, if I know a little bit more, I could enter the fault area. So in other words, I could say, well, it's something to do with the mechanics of it and the symptom code, if I know what that is about. Maybe I've got a noise, so I can kind of indicate for the technician additional information. But now I need to establish the amount of time that we perceive that it's going to take to do this. Now it doesn't mean this is what they'll have to take time-wise, but we kind of put in some estimates. I like to put in an estimate, and I maybe at this stage don't even know who I'm going to assign this to. I'm just the data entry person, so I'm going to just put this into the labor pool just to indicate that some work needs to be done, and I'm going to say this is going to take 14 hours. So I enter that, and basically I'm done. So I've set up this new service order. Notice the status is pending, and also notice too there's a new choice right here called Plan in Resource Planner. This is our dispatch board, so it is checked. So only if we don't want it to actually go onto the scheduling board, then we would uncheck this indicator. Okay, that's done. So let's close out of here. Remember the number's 13, lucky 13. And it's going to show up on our list. We'll refresh here. So here is our new service order. Now let's go to the planning board. So I'm the dispatcher now, and I'm sitting here more on the planning board, whereas the order entry people are kind of in that area, and I'm looking for new, basically here in the job planner. I really want to look for jobs that are not planned. And there's just one, of course, in my sample here. Now in your case, you may have 20 or 30 new service orders that have come in any given day. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead and create activities. And yes, I realize I misspelled that, sorry. But okay, so we've got this in here. So service orders, I'm going to show you two tabs, two very special tabs here. Now notice by the way, the date is January 3rd, 2016 in my sample. So that is one day back here. And I assign this to the labor pool, which is, where's my labor pool? Oh, no, this is the list of orders. I'm sorry. So this is my list of orders. I've got two views. I have service order view and the resource Gantt view, which shows me the resources. So the first view is basically just a list of all the service orders that are currently in the system. So it looks like they're all starting out here around the 8th, 9th time frame. So here's, in fact, there's that new one that just came in. This is that repair, or we said repair computer hard drive. And so that's in my list of orders, and these bars give me indications here within the timeline of how long it's going to take based on the number of the time that we established. Now I want to be able to change this if the dispatcher feels that that time might be a little bit different. So I go into a second view, which is called my resource Gantt view. So down the left side now I have my people. So I have the basically the technicians that might do this work. But if you remember, when we set this one up, we set it for, let's see, we set it for the third. This was the third, so it must be this one right here. Yeah, this is it right there. But remember, I've set it to the labor pool. So this is the one, we set it to the labor pool, but I want to assign it to somebody. So basically I make sure that I've got my move active, so my move is active, and I come here and I say, okay, I'm going to assign this to Ralph. And so I'm taking it out of the general labor pool. These others need to also, but let's just focus on this sales order 00013. If I hover on that, you can see all the details for that particular service order. In fact, you can even increase the amount of fields on the pop-up. Now I've got my time scale. Let's see what the time scale is set at. It's set at a week view, so I'm seeing 1 week at a glance. I can see this at a month. If you want to see a month, depends on the nature of your business, or you could even go down to a day view and see it 1 day at a time. So you just kind of have to adjust your time scale so that it kind of works for your environment. Okay, so let's go to the repair that we were having trouble with. That was number 13 on the 8th, so it's back over here, I'm pretty sure. Here we go. So here is that number sales order 13, repair computer hard drive, and we moved it to Ralph Henry. Now, not only could we move it to him, but if we know that he is going to be out on some other call and we want those two to maybe go a little closer together, we could actually move it over a day or 2 days. Or if that person's overloaded, you could also move it to a different person. So you can reallocate and you can move forward in the timeline. It's all controlled with this move command. Now I'm not going to go through every option up here in this video. I'd be glad to do that in a private presentation if you want to know more about the product. So now let's go through. I've made the changes here, so what I want to do is I want to publish this back to our NAV software. So I'm going to use the publish command right here. Publishes the current work plan back to our NAV software. So I just say publish. I say OK. It is now publishing, and once it finishes, I'll get a message that it successfully has updated our ERP system. There it is down there in the lower right hand corner. The plan has been published. Let's go check it out and see what it's done. So I'm going to go back to our service order and watch what's happened here. So I'm going to go to this number 13, was the one we were on. Let's go into edit mode. And I know I've got my screen fairly tight here for this recording, but hopefully you can follow along okay. So this is the order. What the publish command does is it writes back to the resource allocation table, and it fills in, basically it's all assigned to Ralph, but basically with this starting at 1 o'clock for 4 hours, and then 8 hours on the 6th, and then another 2 hours on the 7th. So I'm able to kind of see what the workload is per day on this computer system. So whatever the repair is, and you probably don't repair computer systems, but you are repairing some kind of product or providing some kind of service for your customer, this is where you would see that breakout by day. The 5th, the 6th, and the 7th is here in the resource allocation view. Okay, and then of course now I'm not going to cover in this segment where the technician would basically be recording his time and posting maybe some materials that he used. Maybe he had to repair the drive and so forth. So that I'll cover that in another video where the technician closes out this the service order and how does the billing process work. But I wanted you to see that concept of dispatching, and that what the dispatcher sees totally different than what the order entry person sees. So this is what the order entry person would visualize, but the dispatcher sees that very nice scheduling board. Okay, so there's a quick look at using the resource planner with your NAV service management. Thanks so much.